On the Nose. It's a TAB podcast where myself and Thad Taylor look back on the weekend just gone, and we dissect the numbers. We have a look at them. We just see how the TAB went and how the punters went in particular. And it's always a wee bit of a battle. But first of all, thanks for coming along again, Thad.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Paul. Get the world's smallest violins out, viewers. The TAB had a losing Saturday domestically for thoroughbred racing. We'll obviously get into more depth around that. But, who says the TAB wins every time? It didn't happen on Saturday, and we'll get through all the numbers to let you know how it was all broken down.
Right, so last Saturday there was a meeting at Ellerslie and a meeting at Taranaki, of course, Taranaki Cup Day, the Oaks Prelude. Yes. And at Ellerslie, it was the listed Fulton Family Stakes.
It was, race number 7. Yep.
And there was a 2-year-old race as well there where we had a TAB Racing Club runner go round the Colin Gillings.
Yeah. Good run from Victoria too. We touched on it before it went round. Oh, we touched on it during the week in the TAB Racing Club, but we did. But, she ran well. First up into a Group 3, having to take on Return to Conquer, and we'll get to in a second, but she ran very well. So they'll be encouraged with what they saw from Victoria, the TAB Racing Club.
Rightio. We'll start with Ellerslie. Sure. Head to race 1, and I believe it was a nice start for you and the bookies with Windsong.
It's all going to be very easy. After race number 1 on the card. Look, Pro Boy was well back. Andy Armour was well back. And Who Rocks the House was well back. Who Rocks the House was a touch unlucky, it'd be fair to say. And Windsong got us off to a winning start. It was all going to be very, very easy. Roll on race 2.
Right, race 2. It was the Barfoot and Thompson at 1200, a rating 65. And Miss Rocket, Mr. Marsh.
Mr. Marsh, your great friend, Mr. Marsh. I can tell you at the moment the way he's going, but we're in a bit of trouble in this race because of the favourite. We opened Little Stirrer quite short off the back of the trial and just no money. So they had us boxed into a corner. I mean, they backed Perfect Dividends from 850 into 480. That ran second. Miss Rocket started a clear favourite, 5 into 360, and was the worst way for the TAB, minus $85,000. Miss Rocket. In Nakoni County, there was also a Jenny and Bob Vance runner who raced in Hong Kong. He's had a couple of runs or a few runs back in New Zealand now, but was 21 into 15, and go watch the run, storming home from the back. So maybe there's some, a long shot chance around Nakoni County to pick up a race at short notice. But, yeah, they had us absolutely on toast there, Paul, to be fair, because of Little Stirrer and the price move out. I think $2.90 up to around $5 might have even been north of that. So Mr. Rocket minus 85,000, 5 into 360. Thank you for coming.
It sounds like the punters, the bulk of punters identified an, should we say, error in the market, and they quickly let you know.
These are the opportunities, right? Absolutely. If there's a false favourite or we put up something wrong, then that's the opportunity with fixed odds. I mean, I'm probably not telling anything that the viewers here don't realise, but absolutely. When we nail the markets, potentially, or get the prices bang on, that makes it more difficult for customers. But when we make an error, and we'll see a few as we go on, that's the opportunity. And that was an opportunity and was treated as an opportunity. Perfect Dividends and Miss Rocket, both heavily backed, both shortened up, and ran the Cornell.
Right, nice win for the punters in race 2. Race 3 was the Colin Gillings 2-year-old classic, the Group 3. And 2-year-olds usually say Tiako in the same breath, and Return to Conquer did the business with Billy Pin on board, had already done the business prior to that. And although he was open short,
didn't matter. $1.45 we opened. We thought we were quite clever. $1.26 and backed, with sort of up to 90% of the hold on Return to Conquer. So it sort of backed like it was a sort of a $1.15 chance, and we had it out there at $1.45. So it doesn't sound like a lot, but it's it's a significant enough error. Should we have opened $1.25, but that was the closing price, and as I say, backed like it was more like a $1.15 chance with the amount of money on it in the pool, or in our fixed odds win pool. And obviously the stablemate was dear to price there, and there was no money there. So that even made it look even potentially worse than it was. We mentioned the first starters there, or we mentioned one of them in Victoria who ran well. The other one was Tajana for the Richie Murray stable, first started by Darcy Brahma. That ran well as well. And there was just a little nibble for it late from around 18 until about 15. So that might be one to just mark down Tajana, who ran a nice second. But onwards and upwards for Return to Conquer. They tried to give it a bit of an educational run, Paul, and get it a bit of cover. Three wide from barrier 3 would have had customers a touch concerned. Wirrumupin did the right thing eventually and got outside leader. And where do they go with them? Well, that remains to be seen. But as I say, minus $62,000 for the TAB return to Cockham.
If anyone was getting taught a lesson in that race, it was you and the bookies, to be fair. We move on. Race 4.
Doesn't get any better here, Paulie. Doesn't get any better.
We go. Race 4, the Victoria Racing Club 2200 Open Handicap. And it's those colours again, those black and white checks, black and yellow checks. Sorry, I apologise.
Thinking chicken flags.
Wow, the finish line.
It was.
Number 3, About Time.
Yeah, impressive. She's done everything right. She's on track for an Auckland Cup. She was 3:10 into 2:30, I should say, About Time. And you did it pretty easily with a decent break between runs, so that's exciting. Avondale Cup beckons and minus 70,000 for About Time, and then just for a little bit of salt into the wounds of the trading boys around the corner. The leg up People's Boost also was About Time, and there was $16,000 invested into the leg up People's Boost
at the boosted price.
At the boosted price, so that was another $40,000 out the door. So minus 110 About Time, and yeah, she obviously looks progressive, and onwards and upwards for her. Avondale Cups, Auckland Cups, About Time.
So the people were right with the People's Boost. They had three opportunities.
Had 3 choices, didn't they?
And About Time came out on top.
Yep.
And it did the business.
Yeah.
She did the business.
No, she did. Yeah, no, the people, the wisdom of the marketplace, Paul, and it is a thing. It is a thing. So, like we talk about weight of money in this game. Look, it's certainly part of it, in fairness. Obviously, the wisdom of the marketplace, and they got it dead right with About Time with the People's Boost, and then they didn't forget to back it in the final field either.
Okay, race 5, Horizon by Sky City, 2100, a rating 65. Surely we got some back here. Number 7, Flamenco getting up with Kelly Myers aboard.
Yeah, funny race. Interplanetary got the blows. We won't spend too long on this. This was a win for the TAB of about 40-odd thousand. Santa Catalina was a mover late. Your best bet of the day, so you put a stop to that.
Yeah, so I helped you.
Yeah. You did. Rambling Rose as well. Was well supported. So Rambling Rose and Santa Catalina were the 2 they wanted. Interplanetary, no money. And there has been money for its last few starts prior to Saturday. So don't know what to make of that. But Flamenco, even though it was paid $7, it was a winning result. One of few at Ellerslie.
Right, we move on. Race 6, the TAB 1600 rating 75.
Stop. Move on. Go to race 7.
I get the feeling that we're back with the punters again. Will he do it? And yes, he did it.
He didn't just do it. He well and truly did it. Very easy. Everything went beautifully. Got the trail, got the run up the rail, and did everything he needed to do against the older horses to show why he's a $2 favourite for a derby now. They put up $2.30. $2.30. The traders will be having a long, hard look at themselves. Close to $1.40, minus 85,000. And then, to add salt to the wound again, the BGP, Boys Get Paid Bless Bet, was Willie do it this week. $46,000 worth of turnover in the BGP Blessed Bet. So 3 times the amount compared to the leg up. People's Boost. I'm a little bit disappointed about that. But that's another 70,000 on there. So 85 plus 70, we're talking about over $150,000 on Willie do it, and he's onwards and upwards. I think he's even money for a derby, but I don't want to spend too much time on Willie do it. It was a fantastic win. He looks progressive.
He does.
It's great to see a horse like him, and moving on to compete in the derby. But I will miss the 155,000. I have to say.
Okay. Well, here we go. We get some back. Race 7, the Fulton Family Stakes, listed over 1,500 metres, and Al Vencedor had to carry 61 kilos here, but there was a move. So I'm guessing not the best for us.
Yeah, one of those ones where it happened very early in the week with, let's say, smart money, hard money, sort of knocked us into shape early. So that move came on around Thursday morning, I should say. So quite early in the trading life of the Fulton Family Stakes, which corrected our price. And then there was a feeling out there that the 61, and over the last sort of 24 hours, the 61 might be a little bit too much. So I was expecting it potentially to get out from $5.50, which is where it was sitting all morning after we opened at $9. and closed at about 450. I see 380 the totes. But a winning result due to the early move that we got knocked into shape on. Look, the money was spread everywhere. They had it pretty good. Did pretty well though. Elvenciador was 9 into 5 or 450. Has to be a winner was around 11 into 9, and Merchant Queen was 15 into around $5 as well, and they ran the trifecta. So fair to say punters were on song, but the amount of money that was spread in the race on the likes of Calico, Son of Sun had support, among others, meant that it was a small winning result. We can thank an early correction in our price to mean that it wasn't a terrible result. Elvenciador, even though on paper it doesn't look flash 9 into 450.
Final race of the day, surely a wee bit of respite for you and the bookies.
You'd like to think so,
the
wouldn't you?
Trelawney Stud 1600, a rating 65. Oceana Dream at around the $5 mark with George Rook aboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got some back, did we?
No, we did not. Last favourite of the day, but it didn't close favourite, interestingly. But because it was well supported during the week, it was favourite all day up until the last sort of 10 minutes or so. It was 5 into 4, then back out to 5.50 or 6, but the damage was well and truly done. It was minus 50,000 on Oceania Dream, even though Monday Melody closed favourite in the race. If you did back Monday Melody, ouch, I would suggest, but you follow your money there. There was a really hard push on Monday Melody into around 3.50 late off of a high of around $6, but Oceania Dream still a losing result. I see at Ellerslie, Paul, $340,000 down for the fixed odds, TAB fixed odds books at Ellerslie. So 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, and 8. So 6 out of the 8 races losses at Ellersie and minus around $340,000.
Well, if we look at it from a different point of view, a win for the punters.
Sorry, that doesn't compute.
Wow.
Sorry, no, yeah, exactly. Customers well on side at Ellerslie minus, yeah, as I say, 300. Yeah, it's a $340,000 loss for the TAB, and I'm sure everyone out there be devastated to hear that.
As you say, the violins are out as we speak. Let's move south to Taranaki, New Plymouth. And it was Taranaki Cup Day, but the first race on the card, the Energy Vets 1200, rating 65. It's a special for you. Special Sakura.
Yeah, good win. $7 into 480, so a decent push. What saved our bacon there and meant that it was a small win, Special Sakura, for the fact that we had Brigitte for Alan Sharrock, and you'll see this theme down at Taranaki. Alan Sharrock's runners generally are very well supported, and for good reason. But Brigitte and Inca Bell meant that the move on Special Sakura, which sort of again came early on, a little bit like the Elvenciador move. Just watch those early moves would be my advice. Note the prices down on, Wednesday night, first thing Thursday morning, and if you see that initial strike on a price, you can tend to think that some astute customers might be in action, and that's what happened with Special Sakura. 7 into 480, well backed, won easily. A small win due to the fact there was a lot of money on Brigitte and Inca Bell.
Okay. Race 2, Highpool 2000, rating 65. And Gloraphilia with Amber Riddell aboard at any old odds, trained by Holly Wynyard.
Yeah, a win. You'd want to think so at 34-1 or whatever it was, Gloraphilia. They backed Call of Friend in the race. They backed Tiny Diamond, although he got a little bit softer in that market, but the money was Malachi Alan Sharrock had 2 in the race, then Malachi, Dressé Par Jolie, so they were taking some support. So that was a win, 35-1. You'd like to think so.
Okay.
About 35-odd thousand.
You're clawing a wee bit back.
Yeah. It wasn't as bad at Taranaki as Ellerslie, that's fair to say.
Race 3, the McCurdy Trucks 1800, Lanakai. Oh, I'm guessing we're giving some back here.
Yeah. They're back on song customers here with Lanakai minus 35-odd thousand around Lanakai for Tony Pike. There was a bit of money for Stock Pin. Atoji carried a fair bit of long shot money down the bottom of the book. But, yeah, as I say, won't have to spend too long on this. Minus 35,000. A well-back favourite. He was hovering around 330 all day, didn't budge and saluted duly.
Race 4, Warner Construction 1400. A one-bowl gigolo.
Yeah, well, you think of Robbie Patterson runner at Taranaki, generally speaking, as a bad result.
Trouble.
The only and it is, mate. It is, as you know. The only thing that saved us is he had 2 in the race. One Hot Mama. $8 into $3. We opened one bold gigolo at around $5.50 and one hot mama at $8. One bold gigolo closed at $5, and one hot mama went from 8s to 3s. So yeah, we were just saved to a degree. It was one of the better results because of such a hard push for the stablemate. You'd be wanting to follow one hot mama, had to trail the stablemate there, Craig Girls, and didn't get a crack at them. So the money doesn't go on for no reason, but the only reason that one bold gigolo was a winning result of around plus 35, plus 40,000 for the TAB was because of one hot mama.
So Robbie Patterson fans zigged when they should have zagged.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
they went with hot mama instead of one bold gigolo.
Yeah.
Okay. Race 5, the Platinum Homes 1400, an open handicap. Oh, I don't know. I think I already know the answer to this question. Taliska.
Yeah, exactly. Stephen Hunt's bet of the day, which hurt me even more. Seeing him get his best bet home, 350 into 240. Taliska came out of a Group 3, well supported. There was a bit of money around for Mr. Mojo Rising. And if in doubt, get out. Won the race. Was the defending champ in the race and was out at around $11. I think closed at 7s. So they obviously likes to run around in early February. If in doubt, get out. So maybe you've just watched the money moves around that horse late, but minus 35,000 for Taliska, 360, 240.
Okay. Race 6.
Here we go again.
The Grange Williams stud Oaks Prelude for the 3-year-old fillies. Hini Kaha was very popular.
Yeah, very popular.
Wasn't she?
Yeah, she was. Professional. Look, Crown Princess came out of the race on the morning. That was a shame to see. I haven't had the update there, but and it sort of left Hini Kaha as sort of only bet in the race as far as customer was concerned. Yeah, exactly. So 230, much like Willie Do It, the trading boys will be ruining the $2.30 they put up, even though they'll claim that it was the price with Crown Princess in the race.
Okay.
But 230 into $1.55 minus $60,000 on Hini Kaha. So, yep, well back on side there, and she's a $5 second favourite in the Derby now behind the other horse that shall not be mentioned again today. Will he do it?
Okay. Race 7, the Dennis Wheeler Earth Moving Taranaki Cup, the Group 3. Surely this... We got some back here, didn't we? We got Herbert. Wow. Johnny Wheeler at New Plymouth in a Taranaki Cup, and we got out of jail.
We got a win. There were better results than Herbert. Won't be crying poor seeing a $20 shot generally win the Taranaki Cup. Was $34 into 19 or $20.
So there was a wee bit of a go then.
Yeah, got out and then did come back in the last sort of half an hour of trading around Herbert, and they always had a bit of a wrap on it. Again, much like sort of race number 1, saved by the fact that there was a very well-backed Alan Sherrick runner in the race in Locanora. That result was minus $120,000 around Locanora. Herbert was around plus 25. Crazy market, that market. I mean, looked a competitive race on paper. Locanora went from 7 to 270, and Pearl of Alsace went from 5 into 350. So they absolutely hammered 2 runners in the race. And yeah, look, they didn't run badly. Locanora didn't run badly at all, but yeah, Herbert got the job done, and saying that he was 34 into 19. So customers got it right to a degree, but yeah, plus 25,000. Locanora was the worst way. I'll shock you at minus 120,000.
Oh, don't try and pull the wool over the punters. Oh no, a $20 shot came in. Oh, it wasn't the best result, but we'll take it.
I only tell it like it is, Paula. You know that.
Right, race 8, Revital Fertilizers, 1200, rating 75. I'm a brazen one.
Yes. So again, you'll be seeing a theme here. Alan Sherrick had Cindy in the race. Look, if Alan Sherrick has a good day, and he's had many, don't you worry about that. We generally have a poor one. If he has a not so good day, we generally get out of jail. And we needed to be fair, because we had Lanakai, Taliska, Hini Kaha, and so we're just roughly trading around just in front of break even going into the last race at Taranaki. And then, look, Cindy was minus 120, just like Locanora was. And also Tiaka had Egyptian Queen in the race, which was 6 into $4. That obviously took a fair amount of support. So I'm a brazen one was plus 52,000, which meant we were basically up 52,000 or just a bit more than that for the day at Taranaki. So, It won't be going into the all-time great days for the TAB, that's for sure, there last Saturday at Ellersie and Taranaki, Paul.
But thank you to Lily Sutherland and Mike Breslin for helping you lads get out of jail in the last.
If they'd gone Lochinora into Cindy in the last, well, then that could have been right up there.
Blood on the dance floor?
Yeah.
Well, trading floor.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that would have been.
I would have been dancing.
You would have been loving it.
Yeah.
I know that. But there were a few sad faces. But, managed to squeak out with a small profit at Taranaki.
So overall, last weekend, it was the punters who came out on top.
It really was. It really was fair dinkum. As I say, minus 340,000 at Ellerslie, and you can go through those results and you can see why we had a loss. And it was a small win, as I say, at Taranaki, but they certainly had their moments down there, as I say, with the likes of Taliska, Hini, Kaha in particular, and Lanakai to a degree as well. That meant we were around plus 50. So it was almost a $300,000 loss in the fixed odds books, win books for Saturday. So, as I say, might be one I remember too fondly, but for our customers, they can win, and they did.
Fantastic. Righty-ho. I hope you did have a winner, if you had a go. And I hope you enjoyed our little review of what happened last weekend. We'll be back again next week with a look at, of course, Te Rapa, with a couple of Group 1s, the BCD Sprint, and, of course, the Herbie Dyke.
How good are they looking just before we go? I mean, the Venciador goes into the Herbie Dyke now off the back of that dominant performance, then has to take on Snazzy Tavi and La Creek potentially as well, among others, and then the Sprint Grail Seeker up against Savagely. Mouth-watering stuff. So that'll be fun to have a look back at next week when we come back.
That's exactly what we'll do. We'll be back next week when we go around on the nose.